Wyverns and Weirdos Curse of Strahd is a horror-themed campaign, and as such contains dark themes, including descriptions of gore, violence, and other features intrinsic to the gothic horror genre. Hello, and welcome to Wyverns and Weirdos does Curse of Strahd. Joining me, your Dungeon Master, Darby, are, as always, Zoe, playing Sevia, Emily, playing Beatrice, Laura, playing Conrad, Johanna, playing Fall, and Mitch, who is still here. Well, let's jump into it. And we are back. So, where we last left off, the party realized that they probably should have gone to get those bones a little bit sooner, as vampires descended on the town of Valaki. Among them, or at least eventually among them, was Strahd himself. And in order to try to stop the vampire attack and to get to safety, the party had to sneak up on and fight one of the vampires who had the bones of St. Andrel and get them to the church. However, to get them to the church, they took a bit of subterfuge into their strategy, sending Kazir off with a bundle of sticks, rocks, whatever he could find to look like the bones, to play decoy. And in doing this, the rest of the party was able to get to the church handily, but Kazir, in a play of self-sacrifice, drew all the vampires and bats towards him, and in the ensuing actions was killed by Strahd, falling to the ground and being left for dead as a message. But the party are blissfully unaware of this at the moment, which is where we join them now. So you've just gotten into the church, and closed it.
And Strahd kind of just was like, well, see yous later.
Yeah,
Strahd
made a comment before he left.
Yeah, he was basically like, you may have won this battle, but I won this war, or some such thing.
Yeah.
Yep. So Fall gets in there a little bit before everyone else, and just gonna kind of look around, and be like, I've got the bones. Is there anyone there?
Yeah. Father Dorian goes and collects. Thank you so much. I will put these back where they belong.
Wonderful, wonderful. So is this going to protect the whole town now?
It will certainly protect the church.
Only the church.
Well, it is not considered a domicile, but also is a lot tougher than the average household. Households should be safe as long as they do not invite the vampires in. The church needs its own form of protection.
I went on some wrong assumptions there, but that's good, I guess.
Well, got the bones back. Strahd has gone off, so that's good. Everyone is sound. I didn't see where Kazir went.
No, he said he'd join us here once Strahd was gone.
What do you think Strahd meant by what he said?
I mean, it's a long-term siege. I'm assuming he's just going, well, you may have won this fight, but I'm going to destroy everyone some more or something. Tends to be what those sorts tend to go on about. Long-term warfare and all that.
Maybe. Would I be able to cast message?
Yes, you would.
Alright, I'm going to see if I can, she's going to put, kind of, for flavor, she's going to put 2 fingers to her temple, and she's going to cast message, and she's going to, like, see if she can reach Kazir, and she's going to just say, we've gotten the bones to the church, where are you?
So, out in the town of Valaki, Kazir, you don't receive this message. But even if you were, you'd probably be too shocked to respond, as you find yourself standing over what appears to be your own body.
Be mangled too, I reckon.
Yeah.
It is very mangled.
Wow.
There appears to be some stones, rocks, bit of detritus, even a stick poking through where one of your eyes are. It's very bloody.
That's gross.
That's well, shit. Can I look around? Why? What's going on? Clearly, I'm dead.
Yeah, you're aware of the actions that led to this moment.
Okay.
Like, there's a little bit of haziness between, like, going unconscious and...
I went
now
unconscious 40 feet up, for one.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I just sort of... I'm not in pain or anything?
No?
Can I... Looking down at my face, can I still use both of my eyes in whatever form I'm in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you seem to be able to gauge, like, depth. So that suggests to you that, like, both your eyes are functioning in whatever form you're in.
Okay. Well, this is definitely new. Not what I expected, but sure. I assume I can't interact with my body in any way.
Do you attempt to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go and like try and clean up my face.
Yeah, your hand like passes through ineffectually.
Wow. Alright. Well, I don't know how long I'm gonna be in this form for, so I guess I'll go and check out the church, see if my friends made it. And I'm gonna try and wander over to the church if I can.
Yeah. You make your way over to the church, and actually, let me double check something.
You die again. Instantly.
So we'll cut from Kazir there, while I'm also looking through stuff, and go back to the party that's at the church. So Father Dorian's gone off to put the bones back in place.
Whilst Sevia is trying to get the message to Kazir, Beatrice is going to poke her head outside to look at the skies to see whether she can spot him.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
Cool. Oh, that's... Sorry. Lost my dice. Perception.
Conrad will also peek his head over to see where Beatrice is doing. Not to one up her roll, just to that's what he's also doing at this point.
21.
Nice.
21. Okay, yeah, so you can't see Kazir at all, but you can see in the distance, like, the kind of the stragglers of the bats flying off.
I cannot see Kazir anywhere. He's not flying anymore, at the very least.
Not a good point. Hopefully he's taken to stealth. I did take note of the quarter he was flying above before we went inside, so if location is required, we should be able to check that sort of area.
Well, all the bats and everything are leaving.
Well, that's a good sign, technically. I suppose if Strahd is gone for now, it would be safe to enter outside, hopefully. I guess.
I would suggest taking at least some form of rest before inspecting the scene.
Well,
pipes in.
Yes, there's ambushes are always a possibility.
Yes.
Well, for some of you, I suppose. Well, so for some of you, I suppose, if you want to have a rest, you can do that. I'm pretty good at searching, retrieving, as it were. Beatrice, what are your thoughts?
I also feel like we should search.
Good, excellent. Well, shall we do a search party then?
Celia definitely needs rest, so.
Yes.
Clearly, she's like tapping the side of her head furiously.
Yeah. No response.
No response. She's going to. Is there even anything like does the silence sound different? Is it like white noise or like?
There's no difference in the silence.
Okay, cool.
It's like you're pointing towards like a target that's not there.
She's going to like. Maybe. Is it? She's going to cast it on Beatrice and be like, "Can you hear me?"
Beatrice, you hear the message, and you can respond if you want.
Yes, I can hear you.
So it's working. Why is it? Maybe he's too far away. I can't get a response. That's weird.
You're tapping your head.
Yes.
I think you should definitely rest. You've been through a lot, and you are of a nervous disposition already.
I guess. I'm just worried, he took on a lot by himself.
Well, it was a very foolish thing to do. Again, one can hope he was sensible and took refuge somewhere, but I suppose we'll have to see what we may find. Beatrice, we think we shall set off now, yes? Anyone else? Or shall all... I suppose most of you should rest here.
Yes.
I suppose I can climb a building to act as a lookout. That's something I can do.
I suppose that can't help. You can scale the nearest building, and then if there's danger, you can run back inside. All right. And Conrad pulls out his rapier. He's like, and then tentatively reaches out to open the church door and peer outside.
Okay, yeah, you just see the street outside. Kazir, you are walking towards the church, and you see from probably about 30-40 feet away, the door open and Conrad peer his head out. Do you continue walking forward?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you walk about 5-10 feet more, and suddenly you feel an invisible barrier blocking your progress.
Live like that?
Oh dear.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's troubling. I'm going to sort of loop a little bit more to the left and see if this is just like maybe I just can't get within 30 feet of a church for some reason.
Yeah, there seems to be some sort of radius on the church that you cannot seem to breach.
Okay. I thought it was my body. That's okay. I mean, it's not. It's terrible. It's really not okay.
Not ideal.
You can roll me a religion check if you want.
Yeah. I love rolling. Because he's really good at rolling.
Yeah. What's a religion check? He's a cleric. It should be okay.
That's a good point. That is
That
a
one.
good point.
That one.
14.
14. So, yeah, I'd say, given your background, you would be aware that this is probably akin to something you would be aware of as a hallow spell, which suggests to you, at the very least, that the bones have probably been put back in place.
Okay.
It also means that any undead in the area, among other types of creatures, cannot come within 60 feet of the church.
Cool.
There are other benefits of Hallow for those inside, but for a 14, you're not
That's fair.
getting those.
Yep. I'm only concerned with what's happening to me. Okay. I guess, forgetting everything that's happening and seeing Conrad, I just sort of... Hey! Conrad!
Yeah, Conrad, you see nothing.
Well, it looks like the coast is clear, so it should be all right to duck out for a bit.
All right. So you're gonna investigate the town, try to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Right.
What are your goals here? Just to
so
codify them.
Fall said that they were going to jump. So I assume that the kind of would go. All right. Well, the closest building, so you can. Get back
Yeah,
into the church."
I'll just climb a building, have a look, then come down again and
Yeah, and also Conrad, I believe I did specify he was tracking where Kazir was going as he was keeping up the rear of the party. So I would assume he would tell Fall the general area of where to go for an advantage. Yes.
Yeah. 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 I'll,
So this is just-
I'll
I mean, he was looking at the general areas where he was flying, so if
Yeah.
Kazir was hiding or fell, it would be around that radial area.
Yeah. So Fall, roll me a perception check
Alright.
with advantage to see if you can spot
nice.
anything in that general area.
Okay. Let's see. That's a 17.
17. Not quite.
Okay. I'll come back down and be like,
Is-
I can't see anything, I'm afraid. He could be in a building or under something.
Well, either way, it's probably a better sign than just him splattered on the rooftop. So that's a bonus.
So
Yes,
from where you are, you can't quite see the street, but you can see, as you said, like rooftops and stuff.
Okay.
To see the street, you'd probably have to get a bit closer to the location.
All right.
Good luck.
So-
We'll check on Sylvia and
Yes, you should take
good luck.
care of her. She was tapping her forehead very strangely before. I think she's losing it. Perhaps you should go and offer your support. Beatrice and I will go and locate Kazir one way or another.
Right.
So Beatrice, were you going to assist with the search for the body as well, or?
Yes, Beatrice
Leave
is
it
going
to-
to
yes.
go with Conrad to help.
I was like, I hope so. Sorry if he's just making assumptions. Excellent. You'd be a good tracker now, I assume, with your hunting skills and whatnot.
Yes.
Good. Now, I assume the radius of where he might have fallen might be somewhere around here. So if we go and sweep through there, we might find him. Of course, he might be moving himself, but
So
we'll
yeah.
see.
Beatrice, roll me an investigation with advantage for Conrad's assistance.
That's a nat 20.
So Conrad, you are able to point out precisely and Beatrice, you are able to clearly understand where he's pointing out, and you manage to very quickly, within like it's less than 5 minutes. And Kazir, you're probably, I'd imagine you're probably following them to try to see.
Absolutely am.
Yeah. Have you tried communicating with them at all beyond that initial wave to Conrad?
Yes. So I am going to like try and like talk to them, and I'll like wave a hand in front of them. If nothing is happening, it's going to be really weird, but I'm going to like try and put my hand on Conrad's shoulder.
Yeah. So at one point during the investigation, Conrad, you have this weird feeling as if something like almost like the wind was brushing past your shoulders. Nothing particularly substantive.
Okay. So he like slaps his hand on his shoulder and turns around like, what?
And yeah, as that happens, Kazir, you see like basically Conrad's hand like goes through your hand, and you reflexively pull it back even though like there's no contact made.
Huh. Strange. Must have been the wind.
But it's not long before you come across the sight of the body of a familiar tiefling on the ground. Beaten, broken, and bruised, and bloodied.
I imagine Beatrice is probably... Because she's the one tracking, so she'd be the first one on the scene.
Yeah.
I guess we can also cut back to the church in a moment as well.
Yeah.
Well, I think we found out what happened to Kazir.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
And then Beatrice is going to quickly check over the body.
Oh, that's a lot of...
Yeah, roll me a medicine check.
Oh, God. That's a lot of... And like, Akara like looks up and then looks back down at the body like, oh, God. Well... He just looks very pale, just like, yep. While Beatrice is calmly trying to check to see, does this mangled corpse have a pulse?
Yeah.
CPR.
So what was...
Sorry, I'm having a slight technical difficulty. D&D Beyond just turned off.
Okay, just roll a d20. Your medicine is +2.
So 10.
10. I mean, he's pretty beaten up. You can't find a pulse at all. One of his eyes is incredibly bloodied.
Yeah.
There's actually a stick, like, lodged in it.
His brain.
Definitely dead then, yes?
No pulse.
Well, okay then.
Well, we can't let Celia see the body.
No, yeah, she's got a weak disposition. It's quite disgusting.
Can you roll me a religion check?
Damn.
10.
You're a cleric.
Something feels off.
Really?
Like other than the fact
I'm
the simple
dead.
fact of you being dead.
What?
Something feel like you shouldn't be here still. You don't know why, but just something feels off.
Alright, And Conrad reaches into his pocket and takes out a little handkerchief and just kind of just like awkwardly just drops it over his face to cover up that like,
Yeah.
okay.
I think at this point, like, the body's been there enough that like the blood isn't like pouring out. So there's a bit of blood making its way onto and through the handkerchief, but like it's not soaking it like it would if it was like a fresh wound.
God.
Meanwhile, back at the church. Sevia.
She's sitting on the ground. I'm assuming once the bones were deposited in their safe spot, we were given back Kazia's cloak that they were wrapped in. So she's kind of got that really neatly folded sitting in her lap, and she's just kind of sitting on the floor in like a little pile of her dress, and she just keeps casting message, trying to contact him. But it's not like a frantic, desperate thing. She's just really angry that her magic isn't working, it seems.
Full will go and like kind of crouch beside her. Like, you look a little worried.
Well, one of the spells, I learnt it when I was a kid. I can message people mentally, and normally it's only distance or certain kinds of metal that make it an issue, but I don't see why he isn't responding, and I guess I'm a bit worried about why, but we didn't hear anything or see anything. I assume he's okay. I don't know why I can't reach him.
I guess he could be unconscious, or I don't know. I think in these kind of situations, there's not much of a use worrying about what could have happened. Not that it's hard to it's easy to avoid.
I know. I just, hope for the best.
Yes, there were a lot of people going after him. I thought he had some sort of plan, but that looked very foolhardy, unless the plan went wrong, I suppose.
Doesn't bear thinking of, really. I hope he's okay. And if we manifest that, then maybe he is. But, I
guess so.
I guess I'm trying to be positive. Whether that's silly or not is yet to be seen, but...
Well, that doesn't do anything, but it can make you feel a bit more comfortable in the meantime. Sorry, I am not fond of this situation.
No, and you don't often comfort people, do you?
No. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm usually the one that people are trying to comfort or awkwardly trying to avoid. Unless it's a little child, like a younger child that's upset about something small, I don't really know. I mean, in this kind of situation, we just kind of had to. Death was happening all the time, so you just have to kind of ignore it and just keep going. And
many people treat me the same. I know how that feels, but I don't know. I guess I'm still clinging on to that silly Fierlor belief that things will be okay.
Well, he's hoping.
Well, I know you have mixed feelings about him, but I like to think he's my friend.
Oh,
and I don't like losing people. I guess it's the nice way to put it.
Yes, I would rather not see any more death. It's good to have the team full as it is, but yes, in this land we're in. Anyway, are you injured at all? Do you need any bandages?
No. I feel like I need a very long sleep, but it's the vampire that at me definitely weakened me a bit, but it's not much we can do until everyone's safe, and I can go to bed.
Right. Yes, that's true. I guess, maybe I've had a nice long sleep in the evening. Yes, just got some scratches I might have to bandage.
Do you need help?
No, no, it's fine. It's just some scratches on my arms from the bat saw that time ago.
Rudolph, are you in need of assistance?
I am fine. Do either of you require magical healing at all?
Unless you can make me feel stronger again, no.
I can certainly attempt it. And I'm not sure if this is technically... I don't think this is technically how this works as raw, but he is going to cast Remove Curse on you.
Ooh.
Now, please roll me a d20 and tell me the result.
17.
17. Yeah, plus his wisdom, yeah. So you are back to full hit points.
Oh, King.
Oh my god. Oh, I hated being so squishy. Now I'm a normal amount of
Or you are back to full maximum. You are still
at 8 hit
severely
points. Okay,
Yeah.
how do I change this? Darby, help me.
So you should be... We will
Yeah, you know what?
We'll sort it out
no,
if
I
it's-
found it.
relevant. Cool. Yeah. And you'll probably... Does that feel like it worked at all?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. That was very kind of you.
In that case, let's double down a little bit and give you a... So you're not going to blow over after the first vampire bites you again.
Oh, look, I doubt anything's going to happen. Don't waste any of your magic on me.
And before you can even finish that sentence, he has touched your shoulder and cast Cure Wounds at a 2nd level, and rolled 2 1s on the d8. So that is 6 hit points you get back.
Well, I'm back up to double digits now.
I did like he just gave her a protein shake and like a Panadol. There we go.
You'll feel better in the morning.
Strength and healing.
Well, thank you. I hope I didn't use up his spell slots. That would be bad.
He's still got a few.
Good.
And you are full.
I just have a couple of scratches on my arms. I'm sure they'll heal in no time.
He says, well, just for good measure, because I'm sure we're going to want to hit the road sooner rather than later if the worst should have happened. And he places a hand on your shoulder and casts Cure Wounds just at a 1st level.
Nice.
And manages to heal more than the 2nd level one, because I rolled a 4 plus 4, so 8.
Nice. Oh,
Wow.
Thank you. Feeling very refreshed.
One thing before we cut from this scene, she's going to get a little look at, because people keep thinking Kazir's dead. She's going to send a message to Conrad and be like, any updates?
Okay, and that is the perfect moment to cut over to Conrad and Beatrice, and both the corpse and spirit separately of Kazir.
Oh,
So, Conrad, you hear this message.
Conrad.
Actually, no, you wouldn't. It's too far
Oh,
away.
it's too far away.
This is more than 120 feet.
Oh no! Roll
Because
die.
Conrad's a ghost!
yeah,
Ow.
because 120 feet is only about 36 meters.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh well.
Fuck the metrics.
I don't hear a message.
Yeah.
Okay. She's just going to continue looking frustrated. She's
Yeah.
grumpy about this.
Understandable. Are there any people about at the moment, Darby, apart from, us and Ghost of Kazir and Kazir's corpse?
Roll me a perception check.
Hang on, just gotta figure out what my modifier is. I roll a 12. Sorry guys. +2, so 14.
14. No one appears to be out and about. Like,
That makes me more nervous rather than frustrated. There's no one to help.
the sun hasn't quite come out yet.
Yeah.
It's, you can see like it is starting to.
Cool. Is it like a barrow or something, like a wheelbarrow, or like nearby? Was there a house nearby that has those sorts of things?
Roll me an investigation check.
Oh no. Okay, that was a 17, so better. Non-nat 20.
Yeah, you managed to spot like there's a wheelbarrow that like probably out the side of like a craftsman or some sort of worker's place.
Just one moment, Beatrice. And he storms over to the house and just starts banging on the door of the craftsman's place.
Yeah, and you were greeted after about probably a minute or two of waiting, with a very like groggy looking Barovian. What kind of hour do you call this?
It's an hour that I can pay you for. I have a job for you.
Come back during business hours.
I have a lot of coin. I need you to move a body for me.
How much coin we talking here?
What are you looking for? I have a fair amount of gold, some of the electrum that you people use, or I have some other items that might be of use to you. What's it worth?
Roll me a persuasion check.
I just need to go to. I need it to be taken to the church, preferably, or somewhere where we can inter it. And I could certainly make it worth your while, depending on what you're interested in. And I rolled an 18. Sorry, not nat 20. I'm sure we can talk something through.
20 electrum.
20 electrum. Oh, that is perfect. That is yours, good sir. Here you go. And he reaches out and grabs that. I'll take that off my inventory. Okay, so you have a wheelbarrow there. There's a kind of a mangled corpse. We need to get that scooped up into the barrow and taken to the church to be buried. I'm not really sure what the custom is around here. It's better than just having it on the street anyway. Yes.
Yeah, so...
Electrum. There's your electrum. Come with me.
Yeah, so...
Beatrice, I have someone that will assist us.
All that... Yeah, you're able to, like... have the corpse placed onto the barrow. And... Kazir, you are watching this entire process.
I am watching with arms crossed and with just disappointment. What the fuck are you doing?
That's fair.
It's like bits of me coming off for.
No, it's not quite that. It's not quite that bad.
Oh, the wings will be hard to wrangle into a wheelbarrow.
Wings will be hard to explain as you bring it into a church.
Reluctantly be assisting the chap that he's paid for as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be hard to fill one person to move a body.
Yeah.
This would also be helping to get the body into the barrow.
Yeah. And then Code looks very physically ill and then takes his cloak off and chucks it over Kazir's body.
Okay.
Like, okay, church, let's go.
Yeah. And you take the body to the church. Kazir, do you follow them as far as you can?
Yeah. I'm gonna... Yeah, as we get closer to the church, I'm gonna tap Beatrice on the shoulder.
Beatrice, you feel like the slightest of breezes pass by your shoulder.
Weird.
They just keep going. Well, then,
Yeah.
that didn't work.
And-
All right.
And eventually you get close enough to the church that you feel that same barrier stop you, while your allies continue on with your body.
Can I fly still?
Yes.
I would like to get a little bit of height and see if I can, like, I don't know, if there's like a high window that I can potentially look through, or...
roll me a perception check. It is going to be hard
Yep.
because you are going to have to be so far out from the church.
Hey, my guy's good at perception, though. Oh, not
But
that
it is
good.
technically possible to get like a passable view.
Oh, yeah, no, I got a 12.
12. Yeah, no. All right, and yeah, you take the body into the church, and Sevia, you see this barrow with Conrad's cloak draped over it, being carted by some Barovian that you haven't met before.
Barovian and Conrad
Before
probably
you see
have
this as
blood
well,
all over their
of course.
arms as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There. Okay, let's I'm assuming the streets of Barovia are not and Valaki are not the best paved.
No.
I don't know how cinematic this is. Has one of his hands kind of maybe come visible under the cloak?
Oh,
Or is it just a
Probably.
lump? Okay,
like a
so she can
piece
see a
of
red
wing.
hand?
Yeah.
Okay. She, as soon as the door started opening, she stood up and she's like holding his cloak. And then as soon as she sees that hand, she drops the cloak to the ground. This isn't like when she normally sees a dead body and she like, that's almost this sense of like rigidity. This is just like stillness. And she just kind of breathes and she just goes, not again. Not again. And then she's going to just really almost calmly walk over to the wheelbarrow and pull back the cloak.
Oh, Beatrice, here comes trouble. Oh, God.
And
Yeah,
you see-
Beatrice is, as she does that, Beatrice is going to be like, I wouldn't do that.
And yeah, as you're saying that, the cloak is pulled aside, and Sevia and Fall, you see for the first time the lifeless body of Kazir.
Paul looks very like stony faced and hollow, a lot like when they were initially going into combat before, and they just kind of like turn their face away and just like walk away after they see this.
Sevia just looks at him. She takes a breath and she's going to put both hands on like either side of his face and just look at him, and if the eye that doesn't have a stick in it she's going to close. Just kind of like just caress his face a bit. And then he's going to take a step back, put his hand back in the wheelbarrow, and she's going to walk out of the church.
Okay. Yeah, Kazir, you see Sevia walk out of the church. Beatrice and Conrad, you see Van Richten approach and say, "'Tis as I feared. Gather your strength. We're gonna have to set out a lot earlier than I feared."
Why? Is it... He's not going to turn to a vampire, is he?
No.
Okay. Clearly dead, so...
I have a contingency, but it is quite a trek away.
How far?
About 5 miles.
Okay.
4 or 5 miles.
Can you explain any further?
I have a scroll
Mm-hmm.
that should be able to bring him back. If we're lucky, we can do it before he goes mad.
The
That's,
dead can't be brought back. That's impossible.
But remember what they said about souls just floating around Barovia. It's impulsive.
Fall kind of looks up and says, yes, the dead can be brought back if there's the spells for it.
The spells and the resources. Fortunately, I happen to have a scroll of raised dead back at my tower.
We should get Sylvia. Where did she go?
Yes.
Beatrice is going to rush
Someone else
off
can do that one, and Bag's not me.
Beatrice is going to run after Sylvia at that.
All right. So outside Sevia, you exited the church.
All she did was she didn't she walked about like 50 feet from the church. She just walked for a bit, and then she just kind of stood to the side of the street and sat down on the ground, and then just pulled her spell. I'm assuming she's got some kind of like harness or something that she can carry her spell book like on her hip or whatever.
Yeah.
It's canon now. And she pulls out her spell book and she opens it all the way to the back where it has one of those like pockets in the back that like fancy books have. And she pulls out the little piece of parchment Kazir gave her in session 0, which is just a little fairy tale that he translated into Abyssal for her. And she's going to look at it. And she's also going to pull out another letter, another piece of paper that appears to be like torn off from a larger piece. If anyone, say a ghost, were looking over her shoulder, they would see that it says glory is like a circle in the water, and it's written in very like beautiful cursive handwriting. And it's very old. It's an old piece of paper, and she's just got the two of them kind of spread on her spell book. And she's just looking at them. And she kind of looks up at the sky and says, if any of you can hear me, I already stopped believing in you. You don't have to keep trying. And then she's just gonna look at them and put them back in the pocket of her spellbook and close it.
Is there any way Kazir can like try and touch the paper or something or other? You said my touch was like a breeze. Is there any way I can like blow on the paper?
It's
not really.
Not really
Okay.
like a breeze. It's just
That's
the closest sensation
Yeah.
to anyone who can. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm assuming this is when Beatrice sort of turns
Yeah.
up.
So, and it doesn't take you long to spot her. Like she's not even on a different street.
Beatrice is going to walk over and sit down cross-legged in front of her. And then... Seems like you might need to talk to somebody.
I feel like I've done enough talking to last a lifetime. It didn't mean a lot.
I know we haven't connected all that much, but it'll be okay.
That's what they said last time.
Last time?
I'm an orphan. My parents died when I was 13. Drowned out the back of our home. An accident, they said, and you'll get all the support you need, they said.
You don't think it was an accident, so...
Everything I know I learned from my father. My mother was just as talented, but with potions. I don't see how 4 inches of water is enough to end them, but I am not the authorities. But everyone said it'll be okay. It'll get better. You're young. I've lived alone since then. And then I went to the university, and I've been alone there too. And stupid as this is, it was nice thinking that maybe when all this was done we could be friends. And
There may be still a chance for that.
not for one of us.
Rudolph thinks he has a way of bringing him back. A contingency plan. But we do need to get going very soon. I don't know how it works. Magic and stuff. But I understand how it feels. My entire family, entire village, it's gone. When I was younger, about 15 years ago, a group of Celestials came in and took over. Said they were going to make things better. But they didn't. They just killed those who didn't agree with them. I was smuggled out in battle. Barely made it. And got rescued by a bunch of dwarves in Fierlor. Then I became a ranger. I've traveled mostly alone ever since. Many people are lonely. I feel most of us in this group are fairly lonely individuals. Maybe part of why we all got chosen.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Someday, I'll get my revenge. I'll find a way. And she's gonna pat Xavier on the shoulder and get up and walk back to the church.
Okay. Okay. She's going to get up and follow her.
All right. And Kazir, eventually they get out of reach of where you can follow if you are so inclined.
Yeah, I just sit down cross-legged and look at the dirt.
Oh.
But you did hear that
I heard all the juicy goss.
you did hear that there's apparently a way that Van Richten is planning on bringing you back.
Yeah.
Roll me a religion check.
Come on!
No, what's a religion roll?
It's a 7.
7. Yeah, no new information comes down.
Those birdie religion rolls here.
A cleric, this is all I'm good for.
Honey.
But there's still that nagging feeling
Something's not
that
right.
you shouldn't be here.
So Darby, I assume Van Richten is still like there after like obviously Beatrice and Xavier, well, Fall's kind of gone to be on their own, I suppose, for a moment.
Yeah.
Like, okay, still not quite understanding this, but Ray's dead. In theory, that will just raise the body that's that's there, yes?
Raise the body, bring the spirit back to it. Of course, this is all assuming that the spirit is willing.
Well, I mean, I guess there's a way of finding out. So there's kind of a stick right through his brother. That's going to have to be removed, isn't it?
It will, whether or not he retains function of that eye, I cannot guarantee.
But regardless... he's not going to be happy if this does somehow succeed as you claim it might be, if that's still in there, isn't it?
No. But I would imagine that it has been in there long enough that it can probably be taken out.
Okay, that's what I was worried about. All right. You're not versed in these sorts of things, are you? If you are, be good. Otherwise, I've got some experience in injury things I can try and... Oh, ugh. All right.
He goes over to the body and goes like,
It is a stick. The eye is already damaged. You pull it out.
and he says that as he pulls the stick out of the eye.
Oh, God. Oh, okay. That was a visual. That was certainly... Okay,
You very much get the idea that like he has been kind of desensitized to many things by his time here in Barovia.
Conrad looks over at the father. There's a bathroom in here, isn't there?
Yes.
Point direction.
yes,
Where?
yes.
Where? Which direction?
Yeah, he
Right
gives
now?
you direction.
And then he runs off and you hear puking and then like
Oh, I just remember dissecting eyes in biology class, and they're really tough. So that stick would have been jammed in.
Oh.
Fun visual.
Conrad's just puking in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beatrice wouldn't have flinched if she was there.
Sevia would also have thrown up.
Fall is like, I do not see it. I am not looking.
All right. Speaking of which, Beatrice and Sevia, you return to the inside of the church, and Van Richten says,
All right. Gather your strength. As soon as you're ready, we will leave.
You say you can bring him back?
In theory. I have the resources to.
Well, any help you need, I can offer.
Of course. And I will need help when the time comes.
I can do it.
Is it certain that he can be brought back? I know some spells, if their vital organs are injured or missing, they can't be brought back. So he'll be fine?
There is a spell that is capable of reconstituting the body from nothing. Fortunately, there is enough of him intact that he might be battered and bruised when we bring him back, but other than possibly the eye, he should be good as new in maybe a couple of days.
Wonderful then. Yes, we can be going. Will it be safe out there?
It's Barovia, so no.
Suspected as much.
Sevia is going to would she... Okay, she's going to lean over to Beatrice and just be like, he's not very good at comforting people, is he?
He's about as good as I am.
That's fair.
This team.
By comparison,
emotionally
Fall
messed
seems
up.
perfectly compassionate.
I thought Beatrice was very comforting before. More so than
I
Paul,
mostly
anyway.
mean to Van Richten, but
Oh, yeah.
yeah, compared to him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You're,
I getcha.
you're the Wiggles next to him.
So, everyone is able to take a short rest, except for Kazir.
I'm
Who
taking a
doesn't
long
have a
one.
body. Yeah,
Yeah. It's a
the
eternal
longest.
rest.
Yeah. But during that long rest, or that short rest, Kazir, roll me another religion check.
Oh, come on. Just do better. That's an 11.
Oh,
11 total.
my God.
Yeah, there's just the feeling that, like, you shouldn't be here.
keep rolling. Statistically,
Yeah.
I've got to get a high number at some stage.
I guess he wouldn't be in a good brain state.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Not-
no.
So, short rest.
In a brain.
Are we able to recover any HP during a short rest?
So
If you
so for a
expend hit dice.
yes. So
True.
So I just used
although
them.
if you
to get
if you are injured, like Van Richten will do a quick like first level cure wounds just to start you out. And again, more with the first level than with the second. Again, it's a 4 + 4, so 8. So
I
you
also
don't even need to.
Oh, I think
Did
that
just-
takes me up to
I
full
did just
Yeah.
get more from my hit dice than I did from Van Richten. So
It's kind of the path of the course for Van Richten, I think.
yeah.
He sounds cool.
Yeah, I'm back up.
He's good sometimes.
The other thing that you get, Sevia, you know the other thing you get from a short rest?
What? Spell slots.
Yes,
Yeah.
you get I believe it's 2 levels worth of spells back, so whether you
Yeah,
want
the
to
equi-
take back, you can either get 1 second level slot or up to 2 first level slots back.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get a second
So,
level slot
yeah.
back.
Well, looking at your used slots,
Yeah, because I
second's the
only
better.
used one first
Yeah.
level slot anyway. So
All
are we
right.
like traveling in a cart at the moment?
Oh, I think
No.
we're resting in
We-
the church at the
we
moment.
just
We're
have
We're
a
resting
resting in the church.
we just have
Yeah.
a
Oh, okay.
wheelbarrow and a random man who hasn't canonically left yet. So he's
he would be
Yeah.
leaving with his he would have
Just dump him
initially
on the
gone to
ground.
leave with his wheelbarrow, but Van Richten would have gone up and asked to like borrow it for a small fee and gave him like a pouch of you're not sure how much coin was in there, but it definitely sounded like it was a pouch of coin. Wasn't a massive pouch, but
so we're about to trundle Kazir's corpse.
yeah.
Okay, well Sivi is gonna put his cloak over him now.
Yeah.
And kind of fold his arms up, kind of it's very Christian centric, but she's gonna like cross his arms over his chest just so they don't flop out again and
Yeah.
scare bystanders.
All right. So, so after probably a bit longer than an hour, just to be safe, and because like he needs his long rest, his short rest as well, and he wants to make sure everything's in order. Van Richten gathers you all up, ready to go.
Kazir's just sitting 30 feet outside the church looking at the dirt.
I'll also assume, Darby, during the time, like after Corin's had his little short rest, which I imagine is probably just cleaning his knives or something,
Yeah.
he's also then ducked out back to the hotel we stayed in and grabbed his stuff back.
Yeah. So during that time,
After that.
if anyone wants to go grab stuff from
Yeah.
the inn,
Beatrice would have gone and gotten hers and
that's-
Kizzy's stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
That
Corin's
is
mostly
all well
pretty
within
quiet.
the scope of
The whole
a
time.
short rest.
Yeah, no, Sevia would have grabbed.
What little she has.
Yeah. Oh, the one backpack she shares with
Yeah.
Fall.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. Can Paul have a bath at this time? They didn't get to have a bath.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bathe in some holy water in the church.
Yeah.
Oh, at the inn, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the end.
Yeah.
All right. So, you're all together and ready to go. I assume Kazir is with you in spirit, literally.
I assume also,
Um,
Darby, there would have been no horses or carts that we can, like,
No.
a certain someone could procure. No. Okay.
No.
All good.
All right. So, is there anything you want to do before setting out?
So, in what direction shall we be travelling in? Will it be quite far? You don't have a horse?
I do not have a horse. We are traveling west, and it is not too far.
Okay. Good. Only have a wheelbarrow. Quite difficult to carry. Just so
Yes, it will.
a short distance is not really a short one, is it? In this sense.
It even
encumbered by the wheelbarrow, we will still get there before sunset.
Well, that is much better than what it could be, I suppose.
My
Alright.
estimate, if we are not waylaid, it should only take us about 2.5 hours.
And it's
Good.
like what, 7 a.m. at this point?
I'd say by this time, it's probably 8 a.m.
Okay, yeah. Fine, we'll get there for lunch.
Yay! Excellent.
He's a dead body for lunch. Hey.
Have some runny egg yolk. Just
Awesome.
All right.
I guess.
So-
Sorry. Oh, I guess also kind of very frustratedly look Fallen Stevie up and down very derisively, and then look at Beatrice, the fact that she's a bird, and then just sigh and very carefully get his luggage, put it carefully next to Kasir, and then pick up the wheelbarrow himself.
oh.
Yeah,
He doesn't look pleased about it, but you know.
Yeah. And of course, Van Richten is not a stocky fellow either.
No, it's just like, okay, well, I could beat all of you guys up, so I suppose I'm going to be the one that can carry this. Excellent. He's generally pretty quiet and sullen. He's not as bossy as he has been previously. Cool. So he's the one doing the pulling.
All right. So, the rule is possibility of random encounter every half hour of travel. So
Oh, great.
there are 5 of you. So I'm gonna get each of you to roll me a d20.
This is when I roll
But
high. I can guarantee.
we will do it one at a time though.
Okay.
So Sevia,
12.
12. Okay. The first half hour goes by, and you're able to kind of keep out of trouble, for the most part. Fall.
Right, new dice. 19.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
So, can you just let me double check something.
Like this.
So you reach a point where the road comes to an X intersection with branches to the northwest, northeast, southwest, and southeast. The lower half of a snapped wooden signpost thrusts upward at an angle near the eastern elbow of the intersection. The top half of the sign, featuring arms pointed in 4 directions, lies in the weeds nearby. So, can I get Johanna to roll me? I'm trying to find what it is I need to get you to roll. A d12 and a d8, and add the 2 results together.
So that's the 9 and a 5. 14.
14. Okay, and can I get you to roll me a d4?
Oh, yep.
I don't like this.
1.
1. Okay. So.
I hate it.
Barbie is just looking
done.
at some books,
Where
I
do I-
presume.
That's fine, yeah.
Frantically rifling through pages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you startle like as wait a second. So actually, yeah, for you would be the one to notice.
Paul's been very hypervigilant.
Yeah. You startle as you are walking through a wild-looking figure caked in grey mud and clutching a crude stone axe. Whether it's a man or a woman, or you can't tell. Hello,
I mean you no harm. Not a threat.
roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. So that is a... Oh, no, that's an 8.
8. And it darts off.
Oh.
They
Okay.
dart off.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Was there something? What was it for?
What was that?
One caked in mud? Maybe they were trying to, evade wolves. They seemed a little, frightened by us.
Well, so there should be. Good. They ran away. That's good.
Well,
We
yes, I
should-
guess keep an eye out for them.
We should continue before they decide to come back.
Yes, absolutely. So the momentum helps. Stopping is really not very comfortable. So let's keep going.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Then you continue going through the forest, and Beatrice, can you roll me a d20?
No random encounters. No random encounters.
12.
12. Okay. The next half hour passes by without any sort of incident. Conrad, can you please roll me a d20?
That's a 5.
A 5. Okay. Again, passes by without any sort of incident.
Okay.
Kazir, can you roll
Last
me
half hour.
a d20?
In fitting with my last few rolls, that is also a 5.
Okay.
And nothing happened?
Yeah, nothing happens. As you find yourself approaching a tower.
There is something that I wanted to do if I could at
Yeah.
some point during the trip.
Yeah.
So when...
Also, roll me a religion check.
Oh, yeah. just do it for me.
With advantage for the extended period of time.
Excellent. All right, I'm going to use a better dice as well.
Use the
Oh
fire
my
stuff.
god, okay, we're good. The better dice rolled a 14, my normal one rolled a 2. So that's 17.
17. Yeah, you're finally able to place it, like, why there's been this feeling of, like, you shouldn't be able to go. You remember back to, like, when you were being taught clerical magic and being taught some of the principles of the afterlife, and the fact that Revivify works the way it does because Revivify does not require willingness from the soul, because the soul generally has departed for the outer planes by the time any other spell, like, yeah, by the time Revivify runs out of effectiveness. It has definitely been more than the minute that you have been told Revivify should be effective for. It starts to dawn on you that your spirit is trapped here. You are as stuck here in Barovia in death as you were in life.
Fun.
Huh.
Mitch's expression is somewhat indescribable.
It's not
Guarded
joy, I'll tell you that.
Guarded but somewhat perplexed and contemplative, I would say. He has stapled his fingers to his mouth. What is everyone else like during the trip as well? Generally pretty quiet, or do they say or do anything in particular?
I think Thor will be quiet for some time, but then they're going to kind of start, like, I don't know, they might just, like, occasionally pipe up, like, so, if he's, being revived, then there's nothing to worry about. It's back to normal, Yep. That's how it goes. Good old revival spells, am I right?
So,
Supposedly, if that does in fact work that way, I of course haven't seen no example of revival spells myself, but I suppose in some areas of Fierlor that might be the case.
Darby,
Mm.
how much would Sevia know about the whole, like, if wizards get, like, too Icarus about it, they become liches? Like,
roll me an Arcana check.
okay. Ooh, that's not great. Where the fuck is... ooh, okay. That's an 11. But I will remind you, I have a feat where if I don't know something, I know what book I can read to know about it. Not that that's a lot of help, but
No. You've read about liches, but nothing comes to mind about any, like, it's probably something that, like, you skimmed over for an assignment one time.
okay. Less skimmed and more like purposely ignored. My girl doesn't.
Quite possibly.
Yeah, my girl doesn't skim. She is selective. Well, I mean, healing magic is common, and there is. I've heard of, undead creatures in Fierlor. They're just not all that common. They require quite advanced magic.
Must be very advanced magic is all I can say. Well, I suppose we will see if this will work.
Hopefully.
Okay. So you come to a cold mountain lake enclosed by misty woods and rocky bluffs. Thick fog creeps across the dark, still waters. The trail ends at a grass-covered causeway that stretches 100 yards across the lake to a flat, marshy island with a stone tower on it. The tower is old and decrepit, with collapsing scaffolding clinging to one side where a large gash has split the wall. Time-worn griffin statues, their wings and flanks covered with moss, perch atop buttresses that support the walls. Parked near the base of the tower within sight of the entrance is a barrel-topped wagon spattered with mud.
Homie.
Yes, I found it abandoned, and have made use of it.
Tis grand.
Very
It's-
inviting.
It's certainly something if you'd like hovels. Well, hopefully we'll have the things that will help with this in any case.
Sevia's going to kind of lean a little closer to Conrad, and this is kind of an attempt to be a joke. She's just going to be like, I'm not sure we're going to get a hot bath here.
No, you would assume from his appearance he would at least know the concepts of clean. He does look clean, but no central heating system. No. Yes, absolutely.
So for people's reference,
He mutters as he takes it very
This-
seriously.
this is the appearance of the tower. I know you're having computer problems, Laura, so I'll take a...
Just describe it, Darby. Paint us. You already have painted a word picture in a
it
sense,
is-
so
it
it's
is
fine.
kind of,
It's an octagonal room.
Oh, interesting.
A tower with an
Kinda-
octagonal room up the top.
It kind of looks like a rook in a chess game.
Oh, you're right.
A little bit sort of
Yeah.
Nice.
squinty.
That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
haha.
pretty funky. I like it.
And
Nice.
yeah. Not including the roof, it's probably about 80 feet tall.
Oh, hell yeah. A tower.
Okay, well. So what's required for the spell?
Well,
Well, and Cora has now put down the bow wheelbarrow's car, just tried to some severe arm stretches, trying to like stretch out everything as he's looks more grumpy than usual at this point.
Are we still on like not on the island yet, or are we on the island? Have we crossed the lake?
It's not an island per se. It's it's a section of land.
Okay.
With
Are we like at
a
his
land
tower
bridge to it.
now, or we're just
yes.
staying for
Okay, we are at the tower. Okay, cool.
And he looks at Sevia specifically and says, "Don't bother with magic. It doesn't work."
What?
The mage who built this tower originally, or had it built, he has some sort of enchantment on it so that only certain, I guess, preset spells work here.
Oh.
It's very... She looks at her hands. It's quite inconvenient.
Yes, we're going to have to take the body a bit further from the tower before we can actually use the scroll once I get it.
Okay, well, this will have a couple of moments to rest.
Yes.
And you see Van Richten go up to the door and do a quick succession of weird hand gestures, or more accurately, arm gestures that kind of like combinations of like that kind of thing.
Like semaphore.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's doing it too quickly for you to really pick up on any sort of order or logic. But do you start imitating him, Sevia?
No. No, not at all.
That was Zoe was imitating it.
being a dickhead. Sevia is maybe a bit wary of people going off alone at the moment. So she is going to say, do you need someone to come with you?
If you desire to come in, then feel free to join me. Otherwise, it is of no real consequence to me.
Okay, I might go, there's no magic in the fucking tower. Should someone go with him in case there's an intruder?
I feel like with all the arm waving, I think you'd be fine. And Beatrice just flops down in the grass. Lies there. Hands behind her head. Waiting.
Sevia's gonna follow him.
Okay. So yeah, you go into the tower, and I think that is where we're going to leave it for this week.
Okay.
So, all right. We'll catch you
So-
guys next week.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yes.
We'll get Kazoo back.
For
Who
listening.
knows?
Hopefully I'll be there.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much.
Wow, have a great week, guys.
Yes. Goodbye.